All right. Hi, everybody. We are here again tonight for Talkin' Time with me. My name is Shena Major, and I'm your life coach. And I've decided to do Talkin' Time as a way to kind of wind down from the day and to learn something new by using Iyanla Vanzant's book, One Day My Soul Just Opened Up. And I forgot my microphone. Oh, my goodness. I do that all the time. Now, why? I don't know. But I do. But at least the good news is it's right here. And I just, tonight I made the video for the I am statements, the introductory video for that. So check that out if you're interested in learning how those can help you heal. Did that. I'm all tangled up here in the cord. I was listening to Lisa's live tonight. It was really good. She was talking about how worthy we are in knowing it, and she did a really great job. So check that out if you didn't catch it. I listened to the replay, and it was really good. And yes, she was picking on me in there, but it's all good. I love that. All right, so the purpose of this is just to be able to listen and to get some understanding as to where you are in your life and how the words that Iyanla presents us with can help us heal from the pain of our past. And this is a book I've already read and gone through for the most part. I did most of the work in it. And I'll be sharing with you what I how I answered the journal questions in each section. So today we're on day 18 and the word is compassion. All right, so I'm just gonna start reading and hopefully trusting that you're going to get something out of it. So it begins: honor others with compassion. The working definition. The principle we are working with today is compassion. It is the ability to be one with others and sacrifice your needs for their needs without feeling depleted. Giving of self with the realization that you are, in effect, giving to self. All right. And now her commentary on compassion says, I wish I had a nickel for every time I have been told you simply cannot be too nice. People will take complete advantage of you and leave you hanging out to dry. One way not to be too nice is to be a little nice. Unfortunately, this rarely works. You can never seem to do enough when you are being just a little nice. On the other end of the scale, it's not being nice at all. This never works. When you are not nice to people, it probably means you are angry. If you're angry, you spend a great deal of time justifying to yourself and others why you should not be, don't have to be, and are not nice. This will remind you of how and why you got angry in the first place. If you're not angry and are only having a momentary spell of insanity that makes you not act nice, you are probably riddled with guilt. Guilt never feels good. The way to avoid guilt and be nice without being too nice is to practice compassion. Only when you have a healthy, honorable, affirming relationship with yourself can you have the same with others. This relationship is the foundation of your ability to demonstrate and practice compassion. Only when you have truly mastered yourself and are able to stand in your sense of personal power can you be compassionate. If this is not the truth of your being, your attempts to be compassionate will mean being too nice and you will become a doormat. You will believe that you are being used. You will feel put upon and eventually become resentful of all that you have done or are doing for others. It is only from a sense of true and authentic personal power that you can give support, share, and assist without feeling that you are losing anything. When you are a powerful master of yourself, you know that what you give is of the universal divine energy flowing through you. It is not yours, it belongs to life. When a person gives life, she or he knows they cannot be depleted. Instead, they know they are being strengthened. You must be strong in order to be compassionate. A compassionate person is not one who does for others what they must do for themselves in order to grow. A compassionate person is not one who jumps in and takes over or one who gives to the point of exhaustion or depletion. A truly compassionate person is one who can feel what you feel because they are one with you in mind, body, and spirit, not out of obligation or false sense of responsibility. A compassionate person is one who understands what you are going through and, rather than joining with you in your suffering and fear, sees for you the lesson, the blessing, and the victory at the end. A compassionate person does not join in the victim mentality of blaming others. Instead, they will stand strong with you, supporting you through the acceptance of the situation. The compassionate person knows with you, for you, and when necessary, in spite of you, that all things work together for your good. It takes vision to be compassionate. What most of us call compassionate is a quest for power and control. Often, those who consider themselves compassionate are those who try to be nice to others and, in doing so, end up feeling used and manipulated. Many of us believe that compassion is to see what someone needs and to give it to them in order to make them or yourself feel better. It is hard to watch someone suffer. It's even harder when you are not suffering or struggling. When you see it, you feel bad for the other person and jump in to save them. Well, maybe they don't need saving. Maybe what they need is support in making a decision or information that will help them refrain their situation so that they are empowered to handle it for themselves. We call it being nice, doing for others, helping someone less fortunate than ourselves. That is not compassion. That is martyrdom. Because chances are, if the situation does not turn out the way you think it should, you will be highly upset. You will be mad at the person you helped and probably mad at yourself for wasting your time, your resources, and your energy. In order to be compassionate, you must know what the universe is an endless reservoir of resources. Hold on, that makes sense. All right, in order to be compassionate, you must know that the universe is an endless reservoir of resources. Compassionate people do not help, they support because they know that to support you means they will also help you heal and grow. Compassionate people ask you what you need and then respond to your request, not to what they think you should have. Compassionate people do not take your power, they help you find it by standing squarely in their own sense of power. There is not lack of love, peace, prosperity, or any good thing in this life. Compassionate people know this and they want to support you in understanding the same principle. A compassionate person can walk the floor with you, they can give of their resources, they can pull you up when you ask them to. A compassionate person can do all of that without in any way feeling you owe them or that there is a predetermined result being sought. They want the best for you, not because they think they know what's best, but because your best is their best. You see, a compassionate person is in it with you for the long haul, with no expectations other than they are able to do what needs to be done. In Native American tradition, compassionate people are those who embody snake medicine. Most of us are afraid of snakes, and it is no coincidence. that many of us are also afraid of our power and of powerful people. We don't realize that the snake represents our power and ability to heal. A compassionate person supports others in the ability to heal themselves. I like that. A compassionate person supports others in the ability to heal themselves, to shed and to still be whole, to be raw and vulnerable, yet continue the journey. Snake medicine is the knowledge that those things which are considered poison can be ingested, integrated, and transformed through the power state of mind. A compassionate person is able to connect with your perceived suffering or pain and transmute that energy through the presence of their power. It is the power of thought, ambition, resolution, wisdom, and understanding that will always result in wholeness. A compassionate person wants you as a universal being to realize your wholeness. Your wholeness has nothing to do with being nice, and a compassionate person recognizes that your journey to wholeness may not look nice. Compassionate people have the ability to nurture, comfort, and provide nourishment to others at various stages. They heal without making themselves sick. When you can set aside your needs and desires, becoming completely willing to give of yourself to fulfill the needs of another, you have discovered your sense of power, and that enables you to be truly compassionate. When you can feel another's pain, sense their fear, know what they're going through without considering them to be a victim or feeling your own sense of victimization, you are ready to demonstrate compassion. When you understand that what you do for another or give to another will in no way have an adverse effect on you, you have reached the realm of compassion. If you have the overwhelming need to jump in and save somebody for fear that if you don't, they will pull you down, or if you cannot watch other people suffer because you're afraid if you don't help, the same thing might happen to you, you have not reached the state of personal mastery that enables you to be compassionate. If you are acting purely from the need to be nice, you are going to end up feeling used. Used people become victims who haven't got a clue about what compassion really means. Compassion is the way we honor ourselves and others by demonstrating what we have mastered. Few of us have mastered what it really means to be nice. Wow. All right, that was Iyanla Vanzant's commentary on compassion. Rewind this video and listen to that again. You know, in essence, she's teaching us what it means to be nice. And she really broke that thing down. She broke it down. Compassion is not getting to the point where you're depleted and feeling used. Listen to that again. That was really good. All right, now we're on the section of the commentary journal, and these are my words, what I wrote in response to the journal prompts. After reading today's commentary, I realized being compassionate doesn't mean leaving myself drained or feeling resentful. The key phrase I want to remember and work with today are a compassionate person is, now here goes my writing again, with you in mind, body, and spirit, not out of obligation. Okay? So, compassionate people are with you, mind, body, and spirit, but not out of obligation. That's really good. And when you can do something not out of obligation, that's when you end up not feeling used or taken advantage of. So that's real good. Hi, Lisa. Welcome. I just finished the commentary, so I'm getting ready to go into the affirmations. And the commentary was really good. It was on compassion. And the bottom line is Iyanla was teaching us how to be nice. How to be nice. Oh, you were waiting for me to go live. Oh, no, you didn't see it. Oh, dear. Yeah. Well, what I'll do right now is I'm going to read the portions that I underlined. How about that? and then that'll give you like a quick synopsis, because those are things that stood out to me at the time I read it. How about we do that? Hope that helps. And I'd also like you to know that I did listen to your live tonight and I heard my impersonation. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Very cute, Lisa. But your speaking on worthiness was very good. I'm very proud of you. And I really enjoyed listening to that. And you did a very good job with the first part with the podcast. It sounded very nice. It's very clear. So I'm very pleased. You did a great job. But yes, I was listening and I heard. All right, and you're welcome. So I'll just quickly give you a synopsis. A truly compassionate person is one who can feel what you feel because they are one with you, mind, body, and spirit, not out of obligation or false sense of responsibility. A compassionate person is one who understands what you're going through and rather than joining with you in your suffering and fear, sees for you the lesson, the blessing, and the victory at the end. A compassionate person does not join in the victim mentality of blaming others. Instead, they will stand strong with you, supporting you through the acceptance of the situation. Compassionate people do not help, they support because they know that to support you means they will also help you heal and grow. Compassionate people ask you what you need and then respond to your request, not to what they think you should have. Compassionate people do not take your power. They help you find it by standing squarely in their own sense of power. A compassionate person can walk the floor with you. They can give of their resources. They can pull you up when you ask them to. A compassionate person can do all of that without in any way them or that there is a predetermined result being sought. Okay. Um, Your wholeness has nothing to do with being nice, and a compassionate person recognizes that your journey to wholeness may not look nice. Compassionate people have the ability to nurture, comfort, and provide nourishment to others at various stages. They heal without making themselves sick. I've got a couple more things underlined here. Where does this sentence start? Okay, when you can feel another's pain, sense their fear, know what they're going through without considering them to be a victim or feeling your own sense of victimization, you are ready to demonstrate compassion. When you understand that what you do for another or give to another will in no way have an adverse effect on you, you have reached the realm of compassion. Compassion is the way we honor ourselves and others by demonstrating that we have what we have mastered. Few of us have mastered what it really means to be nice. Oh, hi, Divinity. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. So it's a really good one on compassion. I read through the whole comment, and then I also just hit the things that I underlined back in 2019 when I read this. So hopefully you'll have a chance to listen to the replay. But right now, we're going to go ahead and begin the affirmations. So if you're willing, go ahead and say them out loud with me or just in your head. I am one with all things. I am one with all life. I am one with all people. I am one with the divine. In my oneness, I am eternal and unlimited. In my oneness, I am able to give of myself to myself. In my oneness, I give what I am. In my oneness, I give freely, willingly, compassionately, with love. As I give to myself, I am strengthened. As I give to my the presence of eternal, unlimited divinity becomes the reality of my existence. For this I am so grateful, and so it is. So it is. Okay, divinity said, in my oneness I give to myself. Yeah, that's awesome. That the Let Me Remember section, that's where we are. And it says, so Lisa and Divinity, remember that you're powerful enough to give what you have without losing anything. You're powerful enough to give what you have without losing anything. You are one with everything and everyone. Lisa and Divinity, support, comfort, and nourishment equals compassion. Divinity and Lisa, in your compassion for yourself, you strengthen yourself. In your compassion for yourself, you strengthen yourself. Everyone has the power to heal themselves. And I believe that, and just going through the read with me's in the morning, um, the power is within us because God is in us. So everything we need is inside of us to heal and to become better. But you have to decide you want to become better and you want to change. So I can life coach a person all day long, but if they are not ready to want to change, then they won't heal. You've got to want to become better. I like what Tracy Ann said about one of the comments in Lisa's live about the song she was listening to. I can't remember the artist, with the Worthy song. And Tracy Ann in her comment said, maybe it was the season that, Lisa, you heard the song. You were ready to hear the words. Because I believe you, and Dia, or Irie. You might have heard that song before, but in that moment at the beach, on the bench, or wherever you're listening, you were ready to receive it. So that's really cool. That's really good. It's really good. I like that. So let's see what I said in this journal. That's the last part. All right, the first one I didn't answer, so I'm just going to answer it here. So you got to take it and you got to just, whatever I say, let's see what comes through. Today, I found it was difficult to be compassionate when, honestly, well, you know what? Maybe I didn't have a little bit of compassion. And maybe today I was in the pool again with Bren. She loves to swim and she tried passing the deep end test yesterday and didn't because she couldn't tread water for a minute. So we went back to the pool today and she wanted to practice and then try the test again. And I don't know, maybe I expected too much of her, right? I expected her to just keep trying to practice treading like we had a plan. We were going to do 5 seconds, then 10 seconds. She got up to like 28 seconds on the test yesterday. But, I guess I just didn't have it in me, the patience to work with her. So this other guy was in the pool with his son, and I guess he was watching us or listening in, and then met another lady and we were talking, but this guy came over and he had compassion because he was so patient with her and demonstrating things that I didn't know about breathing and water and how our body works. I mean, he just went all in 1,000%. So for that, I was so grateful and thankful. And also thankful that she wanted to try again too. She really wanted to try again. So those are my thoughts on that journal prompt. Now, the other one I didn't answer today, I was able to demonstrate compassion when, I looked at an overweight woman. Now, think about that. And I remember in my marriage, like anytime my ex-husband would see someone who he thought was overweight, he would always tease people. And a lot of times I found myself joining in with that before I began my healing journey. And that was very wrong, very wrong. So I think around the time I wrote this comment, now when I look at people, you don't know why people physically look the way they do. And I had to learn that lesson. Like, we don't know what people are going through. We don't know if they have hormonal imbalances or they're on medication or what their genes are or what their life has been like and what they've gone through. We don't know. Okay, Lisa said her ex used to do that. Yeah, and it was not good. And the more I started waking up and started my journey, like it really, really began to offend me, and I wouldn't participate in it anymore. I just wouldn't. So I think that's why I wrote, I was able to demonstrate compassion when I looked at this woman because I did not know. And you know what? When God looks at her, all he sees is him because he created her. And that settled it for me. That woman or that person or whoever is created in God's image, I do not have the right to comment on anything physical about anybody at all. Not at all. And I remember too, during my marriage, I joined this program through the church. It was called First Place for Health, and it was like a support group. It was mostly women went to it. If you wanted to be healthier, they didn't focus so much on losing weight, but eating healthier. And I remember I went to weigh in on the scale, and you don't really know how much you weigh if you're not weighing yourself, and you don't really know how much your body has changed because I was so deep into all that pain. But I remember that scale said I was 183, and I could not believe it. I couldn't believe it, and I was thankful for the group and the book and the program, and it was helpful to me. And when I stayed on it, I had lost 20 pounds on there, and I stayed at that weight, so I got down to like 160 something. And then, life started going crazy again. So I just kind of plateaued there. But I've been, working hard to get my body to want to look the way I want to look, not so much the number, even though I have a number goal. It's more like when I look in the mirror, I want to be able to be proud of myself and know if there's anything else I can do to be my very best, then I'm going to try to do that. Now, I get on here and I just tell my business. But this is interesting because, Lisa, I didn't hear your live tonight live. I heard the replay after because I was trying to get the video up about the I am statements that I'm going to be doing on this channel. And when I watched the video back, I almost did not tell your business. I almost didn't want to post the video because on the video, I think you guys know I had breast cancer. And on that video, honest to God, you can tell that, the girls are a totally different size and just all I've been through with that. And then the surgery I had and that sliced and diced me. And I'm like, oh my God, this is totally lopsided. And is anybody going to notice? So I had to have this whole conversation like, Shena, who cares? Like, who cares? Like, a year ago or back in 20, I would not have let this video see the light of day. So Lisa and Divinity, you get the inside scoop now when you watch the video, and no one is probably going to notice but me. But now that I've pointed out to you, you're going to be able to tell. And plus, I had on like that sports bra thing that I don't think that's the best sports bra because it doesn't really look like I had that much support either. But anywho, I don't know how I get off on these tangents, but yeah, check out the video. It tells the truth and the whole truth. But wow, I didn't know that. Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah, it was in 2011 I was diagnosed, and I think you can see right here, there's my scar right there. I got a scar there and from my port. Actually, he messed up here, so there's a scar there. And then so that's what that is right there from the port I had. And I started watching the video. Then I saw you. Oh, okay. Yeah, so in 2011, and that actually, I believe that diagnosis of breast cancer was a result of the relationship I had just come out of. One day I'll have to just make a video. Maybe I'll make videos like of all the situationships that I was in and how they impacted my life and affected me. But this particular one, when I finally did say, I'm sick of this and I'm not going to put up with your narcissistic, abusive ways anymore. I got the courage to leave him. And what's so funny is when you're so deep in it with someone, I didn't even live with this man or anything. Like I had never honestly lived with the man until I got married to my husband. I never had anybody live with me. And you're still worthy. Thanks, Lisa. And I finally left him in a month. I left him on Valentine's Day. I did. And it's so ironic because I ended up getting married on Valentine's. So many things happened on that day for me. But I ended up leaving him. And then like a month later, I had the diagnosis. And I just know it was because I was so sick and I just lost. And yeah. But anywho, that's a whole nother story. But God is good. God is good. So yeah, I call these my battle scars right here. We could talk about narcissism. Yeah, Divinity. If you have any questions, let's go ahead and ask them. There's just one more journal prompt, and let me read that. It says, I now realize that my ability to be compassionate is hindered by when I think people are spoiled or being babies. And there you have it. That's what I wrote. I don't know why. I now realize that my ability to be compassionate is hindered when I think people are spoiled or being babies. I guess I didn't want to deal with people whining or whatever, so I couldn't have compassion on them at that time. Maybe. Oh, I know what used to bother me so much. I was going to church and I had my two older children who are now 30 and 25. And I've pretty much been a single mom. Even in my marriage for almost 7 years, I was a single mom, it felt like. But I remember always going to church and the lady, and here I am with my two kids and trying to go to church, trying to work full time, running all over the place. And they would, the moms there were all married. The church, everybody was married and had a husband. And then they would be like, oh, my husband's going out of town for 2 days and I have to do everything with the kids. And I would be like, that just used to work my nerves. Honestly, it did. I'm like, really? Like 2 days, you can't take care of your kids by yourself for 2 days? Yeah, that used to bother me. I mean, does it still bother me? Because I'm sounding kind of salty, so maybe it does. But no, being a single parent is real, and it's like a lot. And then, yeah. But anyways, okay. I already read that. So yeah, that's it. That's it on compassion. It was a good one. These always are. Miss Vanzant is amazing. She really is. Just so much wisdom in her words. So I appreciate them, and I've learned so much. So if you guys don't have any questions for me, we can just close out and get a good night's rest and just be thankful for the time together and how God is moving and working in your life, right? So that's really good. Tomorrow night is on closure. It is. Tomorrow night's on closure. You guys want a sneak peek? The working definition sneak peek is the principle we're working with tomorrow night is closure. It is a state of being complete through mental and emotional detachment, an act or action that brings to a close the nature and status of a situation or relationship. So that is going to be interesting. Mental and emotional attachment. And this one's good for if you have been in a relationship with a narcissist, because we know there's so much enmeshing and entanglement, attachment. You don't know where you end and they begin, and it's just a lot happening. So this might be a good one, Divinity, if you don't catch it live, to look for it and watch the replay. Right? I can't wait for that topic. Yeah, Lisa, and you guys. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. So there you have it. I'm committed to coming up on here and reading this book. And look, you guys should be proud. I'm going to show you how much book you've listened to. So don't ever think you can't finish a book. Because look, we've read all that together. You guys have to see that? That's kind of good, right? And then we have this much left. So you're doing it. You're doing great. You're doing great. So you can put this, just consider me like your live audiobook, right? And you can put that on your list of books you've read in 2022, It does, Lisa. And that's why I say, like, my expert books, I try to read 20 minutes a day, and then you can get through 2 books in a month. You really can. And I think that's how I worked out my healing. I was committed to that, like no matter what. And yeah, so it's definitely doable. It's definitely doable. Yeah, it did go fast. I'll go back and listen to videos to catch up. Oh, great, Divinity. That's good. I know that we just started section, um, oh gosh, Sheena, section 2. Last night was, what was last night? Oh, boundaries, Divinity. Last night was boundaries. So definitely listen to boundaries. It was very good. One of my favorites. One of my favorites. So yeah, we just started this section. So last night was boundaries. And I think on my thumbnails, when you go on the playlist, Divinity, I wrote the word that we're focusing on. So see what word sticks out to you and maybe do it that way, a suggestion or whatever. So yeah, that's that. Trauma bonding. And if Divinity, I have some videos about trauma bonds too, if you want to check those out. It's always good to like hear other coaches or other people, their take on it, because we all speak from our experiences and how it affected us. Oh, and how what my experience was in all my relationships. So yeah, the trauma bond is real. It's real. All right. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, you guys, that's that. I will see you tomorrow. I sure will. And I love you and I'm thankful for you. So good night. That's it. Oh, true healing begins with self-love. Let me not forget to say that. Why? Because God is love and He lives on the inside of you. All right. Good night.